think we're ready for seeding. Nice. I'm taking advantage of the time that we have before we start on the work. It's raining outside, so we can't really work out there. Once the rain stops, we'll get back out there. But for now, I'm going to work on seeds because I'd like to plant the garden today. I'm going to be soaking corn, pole beans, and bush beans. I find that when you pre-soak them, they germinate quicker in the garden. With the corn, I'm actually gonna germinate this on a paper towel. I'm gonna get them to soak it, but put it on a paper towel after that. And I'm gonna sprout them inside. In previous years, I used to just put them in the ground. And last year, we ended up having to re-sow. I had started some of them in the house in case that happened. And the germination rates on those ones were excellent. I'll forever be sprouting my corn inside. So we'll start with those ones. Next ones, the ones that I have to get into the ground. These take a lot longer to germinate than the flowers. I would love to be planting flower seeds right now, but these are priority, especially the carrots. I already have carrots going in the garden, but I'd like to have another succession of carrots. So I've got two types in here. This one from Rainbow Seeds, Imperator. And I also got a rainbow blend from them as well. And I think the one that I have out there right now are the Scarlet Nantes. So that's that. And then pumpkins, we have a kind that we grew last year, and we also have a couple new kinds. So the Naked Bear is one I grew last year. And then we have the Connecticut Field Pumpkin. This one will be growing on the ground. I'm going to plant it in the strawberry bed and I'm going to let it ramble. Then I'm going to do two separate areas for this pumpkin here, which is the Touch of Autumn pumpkin from Bessie's. So this one is actually going to be growing up a trellis in that same bed, but we're going to trellis this one. These pumpkins are expected to be 2 to 4 pounds, where the Connecticut pumpkins are much larger than that. So that's for pumpkins. We have gourds next. Beetlejuice gourd. I tried these last year, none of them took, so I'm trying them again this year. And then we have the birdhouse gourds. Where's the tag for that? I'm gonna have to make a tag for that one. And then we have our squash here. None of my squash took last year. I think it was just too wet, or the other thing that could have happened is they were a little bit root bound and maybe they got stunted because they stayed a little bit too long in the grow room. So this year I'm just direct seeding everything. So mashed potato squash, mashed potato, Rainbow Seeds, Ronde de Nietzsche, I don't know, Ronde de Nietzsche, and we got a spaghetti summer squash, and then delicata. This is a sweet potato type delicata. So I'm going hot and heavy on the squash this year. I want to have lots of squash in the pantry. It's a very quick and easy thing to pull out and throw in the Instant Pot. So looking forward to that. Let's get started. I'm wearing the wrong coat for this. It's starting to rain again, and I'm out of my sowing soil, so I have to make more of that. Changed my idea for the Connecticut field pumpkins to field pumpkins. So to me, they belong in the field. I'm gonna end up doing this patch over here with sunflowers. So I'm gonna put the Connecticut field pumpkins right in this patch, right here after the rhubarb. We made this patch just from lawn clippings. Underneath is actually turning into very nice soil, but I am still gonna add a whole bag of soil in order to plant these Connecticut field pumpkin seeds. So I'm out here trying to beat the clock. We have a lot of kind of dreary weather coming over the next few days, it's going to keep the soil nice and damp. So I'm taking advantage of that, and I'm getting out and planting our seeds. Right now I'm working on the last bed for the day, which is the carrots. And I just wanted to show you sort of the things that I learned about planting carrots over the last probably 10 years. We've had some bummer crops, but we've also had some really great carrot harvests. I think that the best thing you can do is you can individually put your carrots in the bed. Now, a lot of people will say that you sprinkle the carrots and then over time you weed out the little ones, so you thin them out, they say, which I've done in the past, but I'm sort of a lazy sort of gardener, I guess. I would rather spend the time individually putting the seeds in and not have to worry about those carrots again than having to go and pick them out. It has nothing to do with me feeling bad or anything about killing baby plants, because that's part of what we do here. We thin the plants out. We have an entire bed that I think Bill's already probably pulled out about 50 tomato plants that are like this small. It's really neat, actually. It's from our old compost. So let's get to how I planted these carrots for my future success, or the carrots' future success, and also my laziness. So last year we built this storyboard to be able to plant garlic. Maggie! Maggie! Bill!
Thank you. So we have this storyboard here that I did a few years ago to plant garlic. So it's just showing every 4 inches. But I noticed when I went to go pick it up to move it somewhere, it also has this edge, this very pointy edge. And I instantly thought carrots. So I was using that pointy edge to be able to make like a well or like I'm sure it has a name. And then on the other side, I use this as a guide to help me plant individually my carrots. And I staggered it. So every time I moved it up a row, I moved it over like 2 inches. And then I moved it up a row and I moved it back 2 inches. So I did that. And then I put a seed at every thing. And right now, I'm going to wet this now to kind of get those carrot seed activated. And then I'm going to put a layer of worm castings on top. We are planting our carrots. This is so exciting. Thanks for joining us. We're grateful for you. Oh, God. And just lightly fill in those trenches. Slightly. The carrots don't want too much cover. Very little cover. But you still need enough to have the seed covered. Try that. We'll wait a few days. See if we have any germination. Germination for carrots usually takes, I've had it take up to 3 weeks. So we need to be very patient. We need to make sure we keep them nice and watered. Thank you so much for joining me in the garden while we planted out our first round of seeds, squash, pumpkins, carrots, and squash, pumpkin, carrots. Is that what we did? Okay, it was a good day. Thanks so much again. We're grateful for you. Bye.